Our days can become scheduled, packed with activities. In this fast-paced technological world, it can feel like that's just the way that it is. I want to challenge this for you today. Slow living is a phenomenon of grounding ourselves into the present moment, settling in and unpacking our schedules, leaving only time for that which truly lights us up. It's learning to say no, and what a skill that is to learn. It's learning to breathe and sit with what is, to find peace within it. It's learning to find contentment in the most seemingly insignificant small things. I think the most enlightening thing that I've heard is that when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. It's all about choice. We have to choose how to spend our time. It can be a lot about balance as well. I've been on both ends of the spectrum, where I've turned down every occasion and got too into saying no. And I've been on the flip side of that, saying yes to every invitation, the crippling fear of missing out or the fear of letting people down, perceptions. In saying that, it's helped to get in touch with who I am and what I want for my life. It's helped me to realize what events I should turn down and which ones I should show up to. The problem with trying to water every plant in your garden is simply that some of those plants are weeds. They offer little nourishment for your life, and knowing you only have so much time and so much water to provide, we should be careful with where we allocate it. The problem with our fast-paced world is we spin our wheels feverishly. Our focus can become scattered, and we can easily burn out and deplete our resources. What if we were more intentional? What if we filled our cups first? So we can incorporate this into our lives in several different ways. Number one would be introduce kind of a slow morning. We can start our days with a cup of tea, writing, yoga, reading a book. Slow living has so much to do with simplifying. And that's why the next step would be to declutter and clear out the stuff that no longer sparks joy or excitement. When our environment is cluttered and in disarray, it can subconsciously affect us in ways not easily seen. I know for me, when my house is getting pretty cluttered, it makes me feel like I'm drowning. And then I have this thing where I start tossing things without really caring what I'm tossing, just because it feels like it's so overbearing at that point in time. So I know that I need to clear out things before I get to that point. It's easy for me to just get really frustrated and just start tossing things. Of course, if I were a little bit more ahead of it, I could kind of mitigate that and get rid of things slowly. So slow living means living your life with more intentionality. So connect with your loved ones and your parents and your friends and have really deep conversations and share some moments together, share some experiences together, something that you guys can remember. Making time for our creative ventures can be part of our slow living experience as well. Spending time outdoors, gardening, relaxing, playing with pets or kids, these are all really good for the soul. Some of the reasons why it may be difficult to implement this lifestyle may be because you have to learn to say no. However, this may be difficult if you have any people-pleasing tendencies. Of course, saying no can feel uncomfortable or awkward. However, you can disengage in a subtle way. Don't jump at anyone's request. Mull it over and give it serious thought. When I was younger, I used to have a very deep sense of obligation towards my friends and peers in my life, so I know how difficult it can be to develop this skill, but it's worth it for your balance and well-being. It's good not to have an overpacked schedule because it allows you more creativity within your day as well. You can choose what to jump on. You can decide to go for a walk. You can decide to do these things that we don't typically do unless it's in our downtime. Things like reading a book or anything that really relaxes you and brings you kind of back to your sense of home. We can't be everything to everyone. We can't reasonably uphold every offer. What if we honored ourselves and slowed down, cherished the precious moments in the here and now, and even between each breath? I think sometimes it can feel like we have to keep up with the pace of our world, but I challenge you to look within and seek out the smaller moments of significance.